Hey people, Intro here, 2v2, Calderis Refinery, blue side. You got Piss Trooper, also known as Piano, rocking a Warp Spider X arcade teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat by default, great for capping and harassing some powerful control, gets straight on the central VP. Alongside his Machine Elves Ravana Alpha, a tunneling hero with great mobility, powerful offense and a bit of support, begins with a ranged weapon. On the red team, Zero Cry's Daemonhunter, a spellcaster with a bolt gun, support and control, all that good stuff, and rounding off the team's Gigandy's Warboss, a melee hero walking through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front line. Looks like the Death Skulls elite scheme recolored here with a bit of gold and stuff on it, innit? Warp Spider is already going to go and harass something. It's going to be those Stormtroopers. Yep, there it is. And they just need to leave. They can't handle it. Maybe they could find some cover. Can they find some cover? Maybe these things. Daemonhunter comes over to help out. Daemonhunter can take over this cap, I guess, and these guys can move on to the VP. Warp Spider leaves to go harass something else. Some Orks he's found. Double War Banners up. The Frazzle goes off, giving these guys a lasting buff. But they're going to get harassed by a Warp Spider. Looks like, is that Howling Banshees on the map? It is. Howling Banshees looking for a fight as well. They're going to get in behind those double shooters, I think. That's going to be nasty. Warboss has found some Hormagaunts to smack. Ravana Alpha getting surrounded, knocked around. I think he's going to be alright. And there's the Banshees going after the Sluggers in the end. Warp Spider tying up those double shooters. So Zero Cry's basically left alone on the west side. Looks like he's decapping that wreck point into a shuriken for Piano. Banshees, yeah, they're going to force off these guys. There's that melee charge. Big old retreat, and they'll take down the banners as well. These guys are able to decap that wreck point. Now they're just trying to outshoot the Guardians. They could just melee them. Okay, there's the retreat. Maybe they just thought they would instantly retreat if they tried to get into melee. Can't do much about this thing though, unless they can catch it out of position and get into melee with it. Which they may be able to do. Looters on the way for Gigandy. They'll have a big old death gun. What's going on in the mid? Daemonhunter versus some Hormagaunts. Shrugging them off quite well, actually. There's the Rift Tear, which slows down units inside of it. You can cast it from pretty far away, but he casted it on his own face then. Oh, these guys tried to get into the Shuriken, but couldn't quite manage it. Warboss did go down. I think I saw on the minimap it was the Warp Spider that got the last hit on him. But he gets revived by the Daemonhunter. Won't quite level him, but they'll get him pretty close. Warp Spider Exarch is level 2 now. Done very well early on. Can get the improved targeters for even better harassment, I guess. Maybe heavy gauge as well to frustrate that Warboss. Ravana Brood is up now for Machine Elf, and it's double shurikens for Piano. Operatives up for the Daemonhunter. And they already have their fallback plan, so they can chuck the incendiary grenades around. They might use it to destroy this tunnel, maybe. Opening up with their shotguns a bit. I feel like the... oh, too late now. I feel like the Daemonhunter maybe should have been tying the Ravana Alpha up in melee there. But maybe he can do the other way around, yeah. Tie up the Daemonhunter now. Operatives break their own retreats. Oh, he tried to use Rift Tear on the Banshees, but got knocked over. A War Shout. Flashbang hit the Banshees as a matter, though. They take down the Daemonhunter. Kick to the face. Shuriken pistol to the sternum. And he's down. Gigandy says I res. We'll see about that, I suppose. Tunnel up here. Both the natural powers for the blue team on this southeast corner. The red team's naturals up in the northwest corner. Spreading their gens between them at the moment. These guys can't really win this fight because of the Shuriken. But they're just trying to keep them held up here so they can't just sweep up the west side, I think. These guys do have their grenade. Maybe they can hit it, the impact grenade on the Shuriken. Banshees going up through the mid. Using their fleet to power bash. Or they're going to decap that wreck point. Or just do a big old flank. They will chop up the operatives so quickly, especially if they get a knockback. Impact grenade went in on the Shuriken. They're now looking for melee, but Banshees are on the prowl. The Strat Squad getting quite low as well. And we do see heavy gauge, and we do see improved targeters. There's the incendiary grenade. Banshees get through it. Those guys retreat. They could break their retreat. I'm assuming it's off cooldown. How about you fellas? Sergeant gets out. Warp Spider now getting knocked around. Doesn't have the energy to run. because of energy burst. Throws out the banishment, and these guys might need to run now because they're super low. That was pretty clutch actually from Zero Cry to get around that barrier. Although a bunch of Tyranids are here, so it might not help. One fella on 30 odd hit points. No, he's not. He wasn't anymore on 30 odd hit points. Strike squad down. Gigandy's meandering to the mid. Got those looters who can hide their guns for some reason. I don't know how they do it. They just believe really hard that their guns are hidden, I guess. That's a pretty good incendiary grenade there. That did some work. 437 to 424. Very close on VPs, but losing that strike squad was quite a big blow for Zero Cry. We'll see if he can recover in Tier 2 now. Would Crusaders be good here? They're quite quick, Crusaders. I think they're 6 speed, aren't they? So they might be good at maneuvering around where shurikens are and that kind of thing. Can go toe-to-toe with Banshees. I'm not sure how that fight works out for them. They do get stronger as things die, I guess. Bunch of Tier 2s coming through. Not for Piano, though. Is he floating? He's not floating. Just spent a bunch, innit? Got some war gear, upgraded the Banshees. Did not get battle equipment, but did get double shurikens. That node got bashed. These guys retreats. Banshees looking for them. Staying on them because they could break that retreat, of course. There's that rift tear. Can cast it from such long range. Nicely done. Crack shot on the shuriken there, looks like. Global buff from the Warp Spider, giving more range, more damage. There's the Tier 2 for Piano. It is a Rhino for Zero Cry here. Haven't seen the Crusaders out for a while, I feel like, actually, thinking about it. 437 to 424 on the VPs. You guys going to burrow strike? What are you up to? Nope. Looter's able to just shoot the shuriken for now. Maybe they're waiting to see more stuff. Here's the burrow strike. And now it gets some really good disruption in there. Double termagants with their toxin sacks as well. This guy's all split up a bit, isn't he? What's he up to? Ravena Brood being used in melee mode. They do have a melee upgrade, which is quite powerful. Howling Banshees war shouting. There's the Rhino bolting a heavy bolter to the back. Twin linked. 55 piercing DPS, not bad. I don't remember what the... Used to be 20 DPS for that Storm Bolter. I think it's 15 now. Might be even lower. Power bashing Tyranids. Rhino coming in for a big old flank. Not a whole lot they can do about it. These guys could get Bright Lanced, and they are indeed getting Bright Lanced. Only one of them. But they're off the field anyway. Weird Boy up for Gigandy. The Warboss is down. Going to get revived though again. Getting Venom, says Machine Elf, to combat the Rhino. Daemonhunter is level 2. No war gear. Warboss have any war gear? Nope, I don't know what you'd get. Maybe just angry bits to get in amongst those Tyranids quickly. That's the Rhino smoke. Or was that you guys popping smoke? Might have been the Operatives. I think the Operatives have a smoke that messes up accuracy and range of enemies. And the Rhino has a defensive one, I think. Falcon on the way for Piano. Howling Banshees scaring off the Operatives. Can they break their retreat? They can. Weird Boy is a great tool to have against those Howling Banshees, and of course the big Tyranid blob. He's so good at dealing with the groups of infantry. If you can time the Warp Vomit, you basically win the fight a lot of the time. And there's the Falcon. Good weaponry on this thing. Can actually damage vehicles and stuff. And of course can reinforce and transport your guys around. That was Retribution from the Daemonhunter. He's gone melee mode. Our melee weapon, and Retribution is pretty awesome. Knockback damage and a silence. And I think it's like an 8-second silence or something. It's quite nice. Means that these guys wouldn't be able to use their crippling poison and that kind of thing. Oh, look at this though. Ravena Alpha's got Corrosive Devourer. Awesome plasma weapon with anti-vehicle ability. There it is, using corrosive shots on the Rhino, and also has Synapse Aura. That purple aura you see, that purple synapse affecting the Venom Brood there. Is that crack shot on them? Looks like there's crack shot on that Venom Brood there. But the Rhino's far away now. Falcon taking the front. of the army. Here comes the Beamy Death Gun. Powerful anti-vehicle weapon. But that is a call-in. Ravener Brood from the Ravener Alpha. If that didn't come in, they would have got maybe 2 shots on the Falcon there. Yeah, there's the defensive smoke from the Rhino. Not sure how much it does, actually. It's like 50% less damage. Like the Catachin one. So many different smoke grenades. I do wish that was cleaned up a little bit. Sometimes smoke means it's reducing your range. Sometimes smoke means a defensive buff. I'm not sure how they could clean it up exactly. Maybe different colors for the smoke or something. See, there's the smoke from the operatives, reducing the range of the right lance. Doesn't matter though. Looks like the Rhino's going to be done. More defensive smoke going in. Oh, did it make it out? It made it out and it took down the Falcon. Grief. Because of the beamy? Didn't even realize. Oh, the Rhino did go down as well. Wasn't even paying attention to the Falcon. So these trade vehicles, I guess. 0 is down to just operatives and stormtroopers. Didn't get anything else out in tier 2 yet. I was expecting a Terminator Librarian for the Sanctuary. Didn't see it. Just looking for tier 3. Here's an Ork coming in from Piano. With that elaborate entrance. Gets vomited on immediately. Banshees chasing down some stormtroopers. Poor fellas. They do have their acolyte though. 383 to 308. Shuriken doing Shuriken things. Ravener leaves. Warboss having a grand old time. Fighting the Ork. What level is he? Level 2 with Cyborg Implants and the Boss Bolt. Banshees almost wiping the shooter boys. They've been absolutely vicious, haven't they? Almost level 3 now. Yep, there's tier 3 from Zero Cry and tier 3 for Machine Elf. Warboss is going to get heavy gauged, I think, if he tries to move from here. No, maybe he already got heavy gauged. Or Piano just didn't want to spend the energy. Instead wanted to teleport and tie up the Weird Boy. What kind of melee damage does the Weird Boy have? He does have a special attack. Like slams his staff into the ground and knocks stuff around. It's quite cool. Red team take their VP back. Not much in the VPs. I mean, less than 100. Unless you're super low. That's not a lot. Whole bunch of tier 3s coming in. Zero Pride didn't want to be left behind in tech, I guess. And has got his tier 3 rolling. Impact grenade on the Shuriken. Opening in it for the Daemonhunter. Oh, we had Banishing Cloak. That would have helped against the Falcon big time as well. 383 to 294. There's that Retribution, although it doesn't hit the Tyranids with it. They weren't here yet. There's a Rift Tear though. And I tried to set up the Incendiary with it, but the Tyranids are already out of there. You do stay under the effects of the Rift Tear for a few seconds after you leave it, I believe. So you don't instantly get your speed back. Ork jumping across to the west side to grab the VP. There's that Retribution again. What is the cooldown on that? Is it really, really short? Seems so good. Does have Tome of Tranquility, which helps as well. Okay, everyone's tier 3. Ork jumping in, buffing the Banshees and giving them a speed buff as well. Buffs damage and speed and gives a little heal. Back to the mid though. Big old shooting match. Beamy Death Gun doesn't really have anything to shoot at anymore. Can't hit infantry very well. Warp Vomit hits the Raveners quite nicely. Can he get a hit off as well with his staff? There it is. Boom. Does plasma cannon damage, that shot. So good. Oh, the Bright Lance was busy... What was he doing? Decapping? Not sure. I'm gonna say he's power bashing, but there's no natural power over here. Save up for Avatar, says Piano. Grey Knight Terminators for Zero Cry. Nob Squad for Gigandy. Blue team with a triple cap. I want Swarm Lord, says Machine Elf. Okay. It's got goals. It's important. Level 3 Daemonhunter. Level 3 Warp Spider. Gets impacted. Oh, he teleported just as the impact grenade came in. And there's Psychic Assailment on the operatives, and they help get the kill. A little bit of Retribution as well there. I think that was quite vital. Psychic Assailment is just like Crack Shot, isn't it? It's more range and more damage, I think. Probably costed differently. It's that green marker you see there. Ortok going after him now. Does the Daemonhunter not want to fight her? Oh, maybe he knows that the Banshees are going to be close by. Ortok providing a damage resistance aura around her. That's that blue marker you see on those Banshees. I believe it's 15% to ranged fire specifically. They don't want to fight the Grey Knight Terminators though. These guys with splash damage, power melee halberds, and a big bucket of hit points too. I wonder if Piano's going to try and get Dark Creepers instead of the Avatar. No sign of him yet. Here's the Nob Squad. Elite tier 3 melee infantry these days, starting with power melee Uge choppers, but they've got the heavy melee Uge jammers on the way. Lots of Ugeness. And they'll be alongside Grey Knight Terminators. It's quite scary. Psy Cannon on the way. 30 power, but it's a good weapon. Good damage to all targets. Already killed something there. These guys can't get XP, of course. Back in the day, Terminators could get XP before Elite Mod. And they could get to silly amounts of hit points and things. Right Lance does not survive the assault. 359 to 144. Triple cap all of a sudden for the red team. Look at the map. Avatar is indeed on the way. Stuck to it. Look, there's Psychic Assailment on the Grey Knight Terminators. What's the DPS on this thing? 23 DPS on the Psy Cannon itself. The other guys do have Storm Bolters, of course. Got some decapping here. What am I hearing? A rift tear somewhere. Yeah. Oh, it's the Tempest. He's got his Armor of Damnation. This thing slows, then it silences, and it starts doing damage as long as you channel it. And a Rocks dropped in on the Tyranids. Seem to get some hits. Nob Squad just bashing power, which does give them XP, of course. Getting themselves on the way to level 2. Got full momentum now off all those hits against the generators. That's 8% more damage per momentum ring that you see around them. I think they can get 4 of them. It's pretty bloody good. Oh, it's 6.5% now. Okay. I think it used to be 8%. Meanwhile, mid is red. Ortok zipping about, doing a decapping. Probably decapped this already. Warp Spider Exarch still down. Ravana was trying to get the revive. Avatar is on the field. Swarmlord on the way. There's the Avatar. Massive buffs to nearby allied infantry. And a powerful combatant, of course. Ortok is eventually persuaded to leave the wreck point. Daemonhunter runs off. What level is he? Level 4. Land Raider Crusader on the way. Banshees are yelling what's going on. Oh, they want to fight a Nob Squad. Leading them into a Wailing Doom. Good hits. Swarmlord is there. These guys do have use your choppers on them. I think they should just run though. Yeah, they're not going to take down the Swarmlord on that much health. They could maybe try to kill a few Banshee models, but it's not worth losing your own models for that, I don't think. But they caused a lot of harassment, and they got a full bash there with a decap. We start with the Swarmlord, says Zero Cry. So does... Yeah, he's going back to rites of exorcism from the Banishing Cloak to deal with it. Come here, says Gigandy. They're trying to set up taking down the Swarmlord, focusing it down. They've got the Beamy Looters. This fella's got a Power Claw now. Weird Boy can maybe hit it. The Psy Cannon will do some damage to it. And now, of course, the Crusader has a Psy Cannon on top of it. Big buff for that thing. Grey Knight Terminator is finding the Banshees. They run away. Little bit of Wailing Doom action there. So there's Rites of Exorcism on the Swarmlord, slowing him down. Oh yeah, the Operatives have their Melter. Big shots in for the Beamy. Swarmlord, the Avatar, sorry, is not tying it up. It's getting so many shots in. There's a big foot of Gork. It's going to miss those Tyranids. What happened to the Beamy Looter? Did he get destroyed? Did it die? Grey Knight Terminators are trying to finish off the Swarmlord. He's leeching health off them. They don't have a good weapon type to fight him though. The Beamy did indeed get killed in the blink of an eye. Avatar's going to try and help. Doing the Wrath of Cain. Down goes the Terminator. Here comes the Land Raider Crusader. There's that twin link Psy Cannon on the top. It's got Hurricane Bolters, got a Multi-Melter as well. Swarm Lord goes down. Something got it. I don't know what it was. It looked like a melter bomb went off. I'm not sure what it was. It was a friendly fire from something, was it? I don't see the operatives around here. In fact, the operatives are dead. Maybe that's what. Maybe they died getting the melter bomb in there. Either way, it's down. It might have just been the Crusader taking it down. Oh, Terminator's white. Terminators are white. Level 4 Warp Spider Exarch. Howling Banshees were debuffed by something there. Was that Psychic Fortress? Venom Carnifex on the way, perhaps, for Machine Elf. We got Dark Reapers in play. I'm sure they helped shoot down those Terminators, perhaps. Red team retained the mid, but they have indeed lost some stuff. More Terminators on the way, though, for Zero Cry. And they didn't really scratch the Crusader all that much. They're being super aggressive with it. Look at this. Could be risky when there's Eldritch Storm shenanigans potentially happening. Although they don't have the red for it. Carnifex on the way for Machine Elf. How's that Nob squad doing? Level 2. Warboss went down in that big fight. They're decapping the power. That was already decapped. Just going into base. There is a Bright Lance back here. Avatar's here too. Wartark could get her fancy gun. No sign of it yet. Bit of Rift Tear action. Just keeping the cloak to use on the Avatar, I imagine. Can you use it on the Avatar? Or does it need to be something with vehicle armor? He's getting it back on. So I'm assuming he knows more than me. Because what the hell do I know? Oh, a bunch of Tyranids over there looking for a flank, I know that. Rather than Alpha on the VP. So it's a good plan. With this... It's so far forward for your Land Raider there, bud. Venom Cannon Carnifex getting shots. There's a Venom Brood in there. It is Banishing Cloak doing rites of exorcism on the Avatar, so it does work. Terminator's teleporting in aggressively. Hey, we got some Crusaders, look at that. How quick they are. I think they're 6 speed, which is nuts. These guys getting crippling poisoned. Dark Reapers doing their thing. They could use Reaper's Grasp to stop them teleporting. Look at the damage the Terminators are taking, and that's all because they came in to save the Land Raider. And they made us wipe right here. Crusaders doing their thing, at least trying to, using their Battle Frenzy. Just trying to finish off the Avatar here. Terminators, I think, are going to wipe. Nob Squad is in there, though. Getting a whole bunch of momentum. They can take down maybe both of these things. They need to go for the Avatar, I think. It's so close. Oh, the Crusader went down as well. So good at noticing things, you guys. The Zero Cry is down to a single model, single unit, I should say. But they've got that triple cap. And the Nob Squad take down the Avatar with user choppers. Oh, and then they run. I thought they were going to go smack down the Ork straight after. But nope, they run off. These guys with plasma guns had Psychic Assailment as well. And that was a good retribution on the Banshees. Tunnel formation in the mid. Guardians die. Have the red team done enough? Was that a brilliantly judged push there by Zero Cry to keep them off the VP? Trying to mess with the Wartark. I don't think she's going to be too bothered by the Armor of Damnation, though. Got her all in, says Piano. They used the Impact Grenade to try and knock her off the cap. You know what? The Tempest actually seemed to do decent damage to her there. Didn't think it would bother a single entity very much. Maybe she was already low. Okay, all that stuff runs off. What's going on in the mid? A bit of warp vomiting, but the Weird Boy went down. Now he's uncontrollably flying around and actually hit something on his death explosion. That's amazing. Effects in my base, says Piano. This guy. Okay, he's ready to roll. 11 VPs. Eldritch Storm. Oh, on the VP here. Double for the blue team. Sluggers do not care about your fancy storms. The sparkly Eldar storms. They're going to cap. Can they survive? Slugger Nob just went down and then they run triple cap for blue. Is it enough? Just one fight and GG, says Zero Cry. Getting yet more Terminators. Here comes a Seer Council though. And they should just be left on their power melee spears. Ortuk's been amazing. Gets a good leap there again. Tyranids come over. I don't think they're even required though, these Tyranids. Blue team, I think, have done enough. Should that Crusader have been pushed up like that, and those Terminators pushed up like that? I mean, it was to keep them off the mid, but they could have backed off and tried to stabilize the mid instead. Maybe they thought it just wasn't realistic to do. But I think they could have done it. They would have had Terminators, they would have had a Nob squad. They would have kitted out Daemonhunter. The Crusaders would still would have been there. But it looks like blue team have enough nasty shooty Tyranids over here as well, eh? There it is. 11 VPs remaining. These guys were trying to cap. Looks like Psychic Fortress is on them there. So I don't know what that red debuff was we saw earlier. Is it something you do? I don't know. Was it just from the Retribution? I don't think it was. Anyway, level 5 Warp Spider Exarch was a constant thorn in the side of the red team all across the map. Level 7 Ravenet Alpha, which is like a DPS machine at the end. Level 7 Daemonhunter did some good work with his War Gear switches. Warboss level 3 had a Power Claw, but seemed to be down quite a lot. Struggled with the Banshees getting in on him quickly and stuff. I think that's why he got the Cyborg implants. But after that, he just got shot by the Tyranids a bunch. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this 2v2, and I'll see ya next time.